worked there, so you were part of it. Like,
I mean, I got to be honest, Mark, like, get it, like, come on, let's go.
I know the lead up to the name change was like
to it
a lot.
I mean, even the people that work at Meta, sounds so weird to say, all the Facebook folks internally were like trolling the shit out of him in chat. They were like, okay, whoever wrote this speech,
They're like longest drum roll ever.
Right, seriously. The internal chat was blowing up. It was hilarious. Doesn't feel necessarily any different to work at Meta.
But how did it feel to like watch all
It
that?
honestly kind of feels like a joke, actually. Like internally, because like we have
it
all
is
of
a joke
our,
on the internet.
Well, I know it's a joke on the internet, but we're always a joke on the internet.
That's true.
But I know, like when Facebook, actually took the internet down, I saw this one tweet that was just like really, it just made me so sad. It was like, I really feel bad for all the Facebook employees right now who are just like scrambling to figure out what's going on and fix it and working overtime. ... But then I remember they're Facebook employees and they can go fuck themselves. And I was like, oh God, everyone hates us.
I know, the hate for Facebook is a little intense.
It is. It's a little too intense. I feel like that's just like Reddit, like.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time on Reddit, so she gets to see like the worst of the worst Facebook.
Everybody hating us. But it actually does feel like a joke internally, kind of, the whole Meta thing, because all of our stuff internally is labeled Facebook, right? And they've rebranded us, the logo's been replaced and all of that, and now we're Meta employees or whatever, but all of our internal work groups are labeled like moms at Facebook, a dogs at Facebook group where we post pictures of dogs and things like that. And they've changed it all to dogs at Meta. And so I got like hundreds of notifications.
They changed them all?
Yeah, they changed them all. Like the owner of the group did internally.
Right.
And so they changed them all. So things are just popping up like at Meta. First, I can't find anything internally because it's like not organized right now. But it's all popping up and it just kind of feels like a joke. It feels like a pun that won't like
I know, it's got to be weird that so many things are like said about it and then you're there and it's all happening in real time, I guess. Yeah, that's gonna be strange. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. But I want to clear something up about the name change. Like, Facebook is still Facebook.
Oh yeah, that's the first thing my mom asked.
That's the part that's like really frustrating to me, like seeing people on Twitter who don't know what they're talking about. And they're like, yeah, we're not going to call Facebook Meta. And I'm like, well, you don't have to because it's still Facebook.
Right. It's the equivalent of Alphabet and Google. You still call Google
Google is still Google.
Right.
But Alphabet is the parent
Facebook app is
company.
still Facebook. Meta is the umbrella company of Oculus, Instagram. I'm still shocked, though, that a lot of people don't know that we own Instagram, WhatsApp, Oculus, which, holy shit, that was fun.
But yeah, the Meta thing is interesting. I definitely want to see how it all plays out, the metaverse. I think the hardware still has a ways to go. I don't think we're there yet. I think we're like 10 years away.
Yeah, that's what all Marky said.
Yeah, so, I mean, I appreciate the ambition, but...
The ambition has to start somewhere, you know?
It does. Somebody has to put in the $10 billion.
Actually, that's a good thing. You know you're on to something. You know you can see the future when nobody else can. Or when people make fun of the concept like it's not possible.
Yeah, I mean,
10 years before Facebook existed, everybody would have said there's no way we'll share information. Actually, when Facebook launched, they got like 90% user feedback or something crazy like that they don't want their pictures being put on the internet and people being able to tag their pictures. Yeah, and that was one of the most popular features of Facebook.
Or the feed.
Yeah, nobody wanted the feed either.
Yeah.
And like, see, you adopt over time, but everybody just hates things. Everybody hates everything.
No, I mean, I was at Microsoft when the iPhone came out, and I remember Steve Ballmer saying, nobody wants to use a virtual keyboard. That'll never work. Well, it fucking worked.
It's a thing.
It worked. The iPhone kind of took off. It kind of changed smartphones forever. You don't know it until you know it, and I think that right now we're in very early prototyping stage for the metaverse. Eventually the hardware is going to be like something that is realistic.
Yeah.
Like some normal glasses like these you'll be able to wear, and it'll just change.
We already have a prototype for that. I mean, the new Ray-Bans that just came out.
But that kind of stuff has been, like Google had Google Glass for a while.
Well, yeah, I mean, for a minute and a half.
They did. They gave up. I don't know why they gave up on it. I knew somebody that worked at Google Glass, but they gave up on that. But there's a lot of technological advancements that have to happen to make what they want to have come to real life, essentially.
Yeah, but there's a lot of technical advancements that have had to happen for a lot of things that we have that we use every single day now that weren't here 10 years ago. So I think there is a ton of potential, not just with the metaverse or all the crazy branding or whatever else.
But there's a lot of potential.
In general, I mean, I listened to a podcast a couple months ago. It was there was an aging doctor on, and he was talking about aging doctor, super official. That's his official title, aging doctor.
He's an aging doctor, as all doctors are.
And he was talking about that he thinks in our lifetime there will be technology out that will allow people to live to 120, 130, potentially 140 years old.
In our, like my lifetime?
Our lifetime, yes, ours.
But,
he was saying in his lifetime, and he's in his 50s.
But what's the quality of life? That's what I want to know. Like, I don't want to live like a 90-year-old until 120.
Basically extending like the 50s to like 80 period, extending that, which isn't bad.
So I'll be like Biden. I don't know.
Grandpa Biden.
Yeah, till 120.
Yeah.
But then our politicians are going to get older. Like, we already have
Oh, that's right. Maybe we should rethink this.
Yeah. Like, the country's already being run by 70 to 80-year-olds, which are qualified for no job except for Walmart greeter and to run the country. Like, how is this the two jobs you can do as a 70 to 80-year-old?
That's true. And if they're a Walmart greeter, they don't give a shit about you stealing their Pokemon cards.
Yeah, they don't care about anything. But they also can choose what you do with your uterus. So, fun times.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
I'm sure there'll be more problems in the metaverse.
In the metaverse, you can just escape it all, though.
Into this.
What do you mean?
You escape the metaverse into actual reality.
What happens when you escape reality and go to the metaverse, but then you need to escape the metaverse?
You go back to reality.
Do you? Because what if you don't want to go there? Do you just go to like the next?
Oh, I'm sure you can create a new metaverse.
A metaverse within the metaverse?
Maybe.
Because
maybe it'll go full Ready Player One, where you like literally create a world.
But that's literally like what Elon Musk brought up about the simulation. Is that we're in a simulation.
Oh, so that's what we're doing? We're at a pivotal point in our simulation where we're creating the next...
Well, you don't know like how deep in the simulation are you? Are you in the top level simulation?
Yeah.
But now we have so let's say that let's say reality as we think that it is a simulation. And then we have VR, which is like another simulation, or metaverse is like another simulation.
But we're cognizant of
you could
that
keep going down the path, but at some point do you get lost in it and you don't know?
Yeah, maybe.
We could all be simulations.
Good.
But it seems unlikely.
I don't know.
I
At
mean,
this point, I just like don't give a shit about anything. I'm like, sure.
As a programmer, like we can barely make. Like, it's hard enough doing nothing.
I know. I've seen some of the
much less have a
programs you've
simulation.
written, and I'm like, whoever did this is way better than the engineers we've got on Earth. You think they would have shared some of that engineering knowledge with the engineers on Earth?
Yeah, they were not able to pass
in the
that
simulation.
down to
That
their
did not
simulation.
pass through.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of issues.
Yeah.